Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching Fantavision, and today I am discussing the game that pretty much everybody's playing right now, unless they only have a PC or a Switch, or they for some reason don't have a PS4 or Xbox One. But most gamers are playing right now is Red Dead Redemption 2. Definitely not a shocking statement, I know. This isn't something brave that I'm saying here. This game's blowing up. Reddit gaming is basically just Red Dead Redemption. I mean, everywhere. News, IGN, GameSpot. If you look at every single place, you are flooded with Red Dead Redemption 2. No longer is it just Fortnite all day, every day. Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be the new thing for about 2 weeks, and then people are going to stop playing it. And then online will come out, and then it will be a big thing again, which I think Rockstar does on purpose, if you think about it, because it's stupid when you first approach the idea of Rockstar's not releasing the online the day the game launches, which they also do with GTA 5. They delayed the online, and you might be wondering, well, that's stupid. Why would they do that? Why would they delay all these microtransactions? Why would they delay all these different things? And I'm telling you, I think it's a smart move because it's like they get to release the game twice. Unlike early access, where once you release the game, everybody's going to form their opinion about it. Even if you fix it down the road, you still have that stigma of, this is what it was like back then. But Rockstar's instead releasing the full, completed campaign, and it's not full of, okay, well, I've had a different experience than Eric, but from my perspective, it's a relatively bug-free game. It is polished, it's great. So you've got a great first impression, and then a month later they get to announce, hey, guess what? We're releasing a new huge section of the game that you haven't played yet. I mean, I think that's phenomenal marketing. Even if the online is done already, I think delaying it is smart. They may miss out on that first initial amount of people wanting to play the online and the microtransactions and all that stuff. So they're losing a little bit of money on that, but I feel like the marketing push and the amount of free marketing they're going to get as well, when the online does come out, it's like getting a second launch. So they can sell more copies of the game to people that really wanted the online, or for some reason missed that like 1 to 2 week news coverage blitz of the game first coming out, and people excitedly talking about the game again a month later. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but a lot of games, most games, will have all of this hype built up, then the game comes out, and then it just dies out. So the fact that they have this 2 launch structure, it's brilliant. I think it's ingenious. And I don't blame them for it. And you know what? I don't care that they're doing something like that. Even if the online is done right now, I don't care. I'm kind of glad, honestly, because I don't know about you guys, but whenever a game has an online mode, most people go to that immediately. They don't take the time. I mean, it took me like a year to beat Grand Theft Auto 5. I loved the game, but whenever my friends were playing, I wanted to play with them. So I didn't want to, fall behind on what they were doing in the game, and I wanted to play with them, and it was a fun experience. But because of that, it took me forever to beat the game. And I know that it did have the delay. I don't remember for how long the delay was for GTA 5, but I just remember, I think it was like a week or 2. I don't know. I was in college and working part-time, so I had like no time anyway. But I'm glad that they kind of delay it. They give you that extra time, and they get their own benefits as well. So it just kind of works out for everybody, in my opinion. I mean, you guys can think differently, that's fine. I'm not going to say there's any right opinion on this matter. It's just I'm glad that they give you that extra time of, well, your friends aren't online right now because they can't be. So you can sit there and you can focus and do whatever you want, and you can try to progress in the campaign as much as you can before the online mode comes out. So, really excited to continue to play the campaign. I'm also really excited for the online mode. I'm sure it's going to be a blast. I'm a little bit worried about it because Grand Theft Auto 5 got a lot grindier as time went on. Like it felt like I was playing a mobile game. I mean, you get like your cocaine things going, but you have to like wait a certain amount of time, and then they run out of the resources, and you have to run this stupid little mission that isn't fun, and then you fill it up, and you have to wait, and then you have to deliver it. When you deliver it, you can lose most of your money, like I did for Eric accidentally, because I slammed my plane into, I think it was like a telephone thing. I don't remember what it was. I think it was a cellular tower, and I didn't see it because it was night. Oops. He just lost a third of his money after doing all those mini missions, after waiting all that time for the cocaine. It feels like a cell phone game. It's stupid. I do like some of the aspects of it. Some of the multiplayer missions are fun, but the loading screens after loading screens after loading screens is just a pain in the ass. Thankfully, Red Dead Redemption 2 so far, and I think Grand Theft Auto 5 was the same way, you get that really long loading screen to get into the campaign or get into the game, and then there's like no loading screens after that. And if there are any loading screens, they're not that long. So that's nice. And I get why it takes so long to load up the game, because it's a huge world and you can just kind of go anywhere. But I'm not looking forward to those same loading screens repeatedly for the online mode. I hope they fix that, because Grand Theft Auto 5 had this horrible habit of dropping you from your game. So like you'll try to join some mode or multiplayer game type, it'll load forever, you'll get in, it'll either get you with a party with a bunch of people and you're like, great, but most of the time it dumped you into an empty lobby, you sit there, you wait for it to fill up, you start the game, and sometimes it just kicks you out, crashes, or whatever. And that was really frustrating. I don't want to see that happen in Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, I titled the thoughts, this is like my thoughts, first impressions of the game. You might be wondering, do I like it? Is it worth picking up day one? I think so. Lots and lots of stuff to do in the game. The more I play it, the more that I can just see myself sinking an ungodly amount of time in this game. I mean, the hunting is a ton of fun. The way like hunting works now, I love the realism in some aspects, and some it's kind of frustrating. I love that when you like skin an animal, it's not like this weird like horrible sound effects as you just see like your dude cutting away at something, and then like the animation is done and he just puts it in his pocket. Like you see him skin the animal, and then you like have to put it on the back of your horse, depending on what the animal, like if it's a deer, that's too big to put in your pocket, so you put it on the back of the horse. When I skinned a bear, it's this massive roll that's all rolled up with rope, and you put it on the back, and you can't fit other people on the back of your horse, so if somebody's like, hey, I need help getting to this place, you're like, nah, I just killed a legendary bear, I'm gonna go ahead and sell that instead. You're kind of secondary. And I love the random interactions with people. Some of them are kind of stupid. Some of the realism aspects are kind of frustrating, like having to clean your gun. And when you're cleaning, you have to keep your guy clean or people will like react badly to you. But you have to like clean each individual part of your guy, like left arm, head, left leg, right leg. And I'm like, is this necessary? I get you can do the deluxe bath, which is this weird awkward mess of some girl washing your dude, trying to talk to you, which we do go into further in the podcast, by the way. If you guys want Eric's thoughts and more of my thoughts, mostly Eric's, he kind of goes on a little bit of a rant about the game, which is interesting because he's had a very different experience than I have with the game. I have noticed a couple bugs, which I'll go into in a second, but just wanted to plug the podcast, which by the way is available to all patrons right now, $1 and up, and available to everyone else on Friday. So the game is a lot of fun. It does have some weird things to it. Like I said, the realism aspect of having to wash each limb, having to trim your beard so like people won't again just make fun of you. There's some weird things that I don't understand why they did. You have to brush your horse if it gets dirty. Like there's these little things that just like take up time. I don't want to do them though. I mean, I know you can ride through water, but then you have to go seek out water, and your horse's stamina is affected. But like, maybe if people just like insulted your horse or something, maybe it wouldn't be a big deal, but it actually affects the horse's stats if it's dirty, and I think that's kind of dumb. Sometimes my guy will just flop off of his horse. If you guys ever watch any of my streams, like, I'll just try to dismount, and the other night my guy did the weirdest shit. He, like, instead of getting off the horse like normal, he, like, flopped back completely like a dead fish or just complete ragdoll, and, like, rolled off of the horse, and I slammed into the ground, and my guy's like, oh! And my horse is looking like, what the hell did you just do? Why'd you do that? It's not like the horse bucked me off. My guy just decided to ragdoll off the horse. Sometimes I'll try to ride up too quickly to hitch my horse. I'll hit the hitch horse button, and my guy will, instead of flopping backwards, just launch himself forwards off the horse, bounce off the horse's head, slam into the building nearby, and then hit the ground. And usually doesn't really do much damage, or any, but I'm just kind of like, what just happened? You're so immersed in this Western world, and it's great, and all the characters are wonderful, and then your guy decides to ejector seat himself off of this horse and slam into the building in front of him, and it's just so off-putting. Or, like, I'll be on, like, a slight incline, and my horse will step wrong, and he'll just tumble down the hill, and I'll, like, and it's a tiny hill, like, it's not like this steep-ass thing, it's like, there's a little bit of a gap, step wrong, horse tumbles, my guy flies off, and then my horse gets up, looks like I just, like, did this to him. And it's like, what just happened? Why is everybody just ragdolling? Weird things like that are a little bit frustrating. Just like, what's also really frustrating is when a guy, like, you'll accidentally bump into a guy. Like, I was bringing back a bounty, I bumped into a guy as I was riding into town, and I don't think I hit him that hard, but he, like, is shooting at me as I'm trying to take him to the bounty office, and now, that's fine. That part is fine. But I'm going to a bounty office full of cops. These sheriff's deputies are doing nothing at this guy who is shooting me. So I drop off the bounty, and I'm like, okay, it's playing a cutscene. Maybe the states have changed. Maybe that guy won't be trying to kill me as I go out there. I go out there, and this guy is wildly shooting at me. So I go up, and I punch him out because I don't want to shoot him in the middle of town. And then it says I do unarmed assault. Are you kidding me? This guy's shooting at me. So now I'm wanted, and I'm trying to get out of town, and then I finally at least get out of town and get away from the police, but I didn't do anything wrong in the situation. That was self-defense. There's so many different times where self-defense, and Eric talks about this too, where you get in trouble for self-defense. Like, I walked into a town, and this guy just wanted to fight me for some reason. I did defuse the situation, but on Eric's side, when he did it, he couldn't defuse the situation, and the guy pulled a gun on him. So Eric naturally killed the guy because he's gonna shoot him. And then of course Eric's the one that gets wanted. It's so stupid that some of these things will happen. And in my opinion, they're a minor inconvenience. They're not that bad, but the bounty system is so frustrating. In Red Dead Redemption 1, if you have that, like, bandana on, you can be the worst person in the world, and you don't accrue any bounty, because people don't know who you are. You know, that makes sense. They don't know who the guy is terrorizing the West. They don't know who's the guy in the desert tying him up, shooting him in the head. They don't know who's doing that, because he's got, you know, the face mask or whatever. But in this game, it doesn't fucking matter. You can be wearing the face mask, and you'll still get bounty. And the bounty goes up so fast, and it's so expensive. I had like a $35 bounty as soon as I got back from that snowy mountain. Because I was just messing around in the game. I got a bounty even though I was wearing the thing. And I'm like, I don't have $35, what the hell? So I had to be careful of police officers. And what was really messed up is I was going into town, I was just going to take a bath, and then I was going to pay off my bounty. The cops recognized me, my bounty went up, they were shooting at me, they cornered me, I had to kill a cop to get him out of my way. And then I had to pay like a $135 bounty. I'm like, are you serious with me right now? I had just finally made a bunch of money from killing the bear, doing a couple missions, and then now I had to give up half of it over something stupid. Like, oh my god. Really frustrating. I don't like the bounty system. But that being said, the rest of the game is phenomenal. I love the graphics. I love the characters. The main character is awesome. There's a lot of backstory they keep setting up. There's there's just so much great dialogue in the game. There's so many different great random moments that don't feel just placed there. They feel kind of organic, if that makes any sense. It just feels like such a great living world. There's so many different animals you can hunt. There's always opportunity to hunt deer, rabbits, squirrels, whatever. And there's so many different ways to make money in the game and different side activities you can do. You can play cards, get bounties. You can go collect debts for one of the people in your gang. You can upgrade your entire camp. You can do so many different things. You can upgrade. There's so much customization in this game. It's crazy. You can customize like the handle of your gun. You can customize the knife and what metal it's made out of. You can customize just about everything. You can customize your horse, its mane, its tail. It's crazy. It's such a cool game. I definitely recommend it. What's weird is even if you didn't pre-order it, some games do this. I'm not going to complain about it. I like it. I like that they do this. Is where they actually have the pre-order stuff in the disc area. So it's got the little slip of paper. It also comes with a map, by the way. I love talking about... Let me just grab that real quick. So what's cool is that the game comes with this thing inside of the case itself. I'm not going to show you the code because I haven't used it yet, which is the Warhorse and Outlaw Survival Kit. That's great. I like that it's in here, so even if you didn't pre-order, you still get it, because I think pre-ordering kind of in general is dumb. And a comprehensive map that illustrates the states, their borders, and respective regions, including topographical information, major roads, a bunch of stuff. This is sick, right here. I love additions like this to the game. I hate buying a brand new game, plopping down $65, and you just get the disc. Like it I don't know about you guys, but I would almost always flip through the manual just a little bit, and I would always reference the manual if I ever had any problems. Like, I get you can Google it, I get you can do all that, but this doesn't look naked to me. Usually it's just nothing but plastic over here. I like it a lot. I think it's cool. What is kind of stupid, though, is it's 2 discs. I mean, it's not a huge deal. It does take 2 hours, though, just to install the game. And we're not talking about updates. Depending on when you're watching this video, I'm assuming everyone's going to watch it the couple days that this video comes out and then completely never watch it again. But it's 2 hours without updates. I don't believe there's a day 1 patch. I don't believe I had to download anything like that. In fact, I didn't. There was no day 1 patch. Respect for that, seriously. But 2 hours, guys. 2 freaking hours of downloading this game is insane. Also, don't put the data disc in and just walk away. That's what Eric did. And then he came back a couple hours later and he's like, what the hell? There's another disc? You have to install both discs. So you put the data disc in first and then you install a play disc. A little bit, extra stuff to worry about, but not a big deal in my opinion. Also, I just looked at the back. It's going to be 32 players online, I believe. I think that's the same as Grand Theft Auto 5. That might have been 50, I don't know. But I believe the world is smaller than Grand Theft Auto 5, so I guess that makes sense. And even though, I'm not, don't quote me on this if it's smaller or not, but if it is smaller, I think it's more alive than Grand Theft Auto, by far. There's so many more buildings you can go into. There's so much more to do, it feels like, already. And I know there was a lot to do in Grand Theft Auto 5, but I don't know. I like this world a lot more than the city. I mean, you've been in the city in so many different games. The Western frontier is still pretty unique. There aren't really that many cowboy games out there. So I'm really happy to be back in this world. I love the ambience. I love the music of this game. Like I said, the dialogue, the characters are great. And it's one of those games where, a lot of other games that have an open world, I'm easily distracted, and I am definitely easily distracted in this game, but I really want to play the missions because I want to find out what happens in the story, I want to get to know these characters more, and I want to continue to improve the camp and I think it's just a great game. So definitely recommend it. I'm not going to give it a rating though. Numbers are stupid, and I just think it's worth buying. Day one buy. That's my rating for it. Definitely worth it. Is it overhyped? That's such a subjective statement, but I'm going to say no. I don't think it is. Just because of how much stuff there's to do. The online isn't even out yet. I mean, think about Call of Duty Black Ops 4 came out. It was only online. You only got half of the game that you used to get. Don't give me this crap about zombies and everything else. Zombies used to be a little mini game. Still is to me. Not a huge fan of zombies. The multiplayer, just part of the game, and the battle royale, there's a million battle royales that are free. Just saying. You could disagree with me, that's fine. I mean, I just don't think it was worth $60. Whereas this, oh my god, huge, massive campaign, well fleshed out characters, just an amazing living world. And it's going to have a huge multiplayer. We know it's going to, because Rockstar is taking its time with the multiplayer, and Grand Theft Auto 5 had so much stuff to do. So it's like you get 2 games for $60. So, I mean, yes, I think it's worth it, even with the little minor inconveniences that I talked about, even with a couple other things that kind of pissed me off, like the unrealistic way that people kind of die in this one. I know that's such a weird thing to say, but like I talk about it more in the podcast. If you really want me to get into like the nitty-gritty details of kind of the minor annoyances, I know I just kind of vaguely talked about them now, but if you want the nitty-gritty details, the podcast on Friday or Monday if you're a patron, we really go into like 40 minutes. We talk about all the different problems he's having, and I hadn't played it as much then, so I wanted to make a video before that because I wanted to talk about now that I have more experience with the game, I've got more thoughts about it, and like I said, really enjoying it. It's an experience I haven't had with the game for a long time. I mean, it's been so long since I've played a game where I don't want to stop playing. It's very difficult for me to stop playing. I streamed for 4 hours yesterday because I couldn't stop playing. I just kept saying one more mission, one more task, one more this. And I just kept playing and I couldn't stop. It was so much fun. And I know 4 hours isn't a lot to a lot of other people, but it is for me. It's very difficult to get 4 hours to just play one game and do nothing else. So it's a ton of fun. Recommend it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like down below if you guys like the video. Comment down below if you're getting Red Dead Redemption 2, or if you have it already, what you think of the game. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day. See you guys. I had to do a terrible sound effect, by the way. A fake because I had opened this already. I was already thirsty. I shot this video way later than I meant to. Drinking some more passion fruit LaCroix. Love LaCroix. Maybe in the future I'll try to get sponsored by LaCroix. I mean, I love the colors of these things. I mean, can you imagine having like a t-shirt like this? I think that'd be sick. It looks really 90s. It reminds me of, especially like that blue line. Do you guys remember those like 90s cups? I don't know what company it was. I'm sure I've got the image up right now. But like those like little paper cups, and they've got like that blue and I think pink or this color, greenish blue turquoise design on it. I don't know. I just think it would be really cool. Somebody actually did fan art, by the way, of what that kind of shirt would look like. I like it. Anyway,